welcome back. I'm Erin, the 2 Martini Stitcher, both here on YouTube and Instagram. And this is my channel about cross stitch. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found me and I hope you like what you see and maybe subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you guys so much for coming back and spending another week with me for our Stitchy Happy Hour. Cheers. Today's just a little bit of white wine. It is Sunday, April 12th. Yes, it's the 12th. And it's Easter. So I'm just having a little white wine because that's what we opened up and had with our Easter dinner. So I thought I'd bring the rest of it up here with me so we could do a little Flosstube weekly update. I hope you guys have had a great week. I feel like the week went really fast, which is kind of a weird thing to say. I don't know. I might feel fast because I feel like I'm not getting a lot accomplished in general. So maybe that's why it feels like it went really fast, because I thought, well, I didn't get anything done. We did this week, last Monday. My oldest and I went and moved her officially out of her dorm room. So, you know, that was an outing that you don't normally get to do these days. Don't usually have very many outings, but that was an outing to go pack her dorm room up and bring the rest of everything home for summer. Last quarter and summer. So we did do that, and otherwise it was a pretty normal week around here. Abby's quarter started. The youngest was on spring break, and we're just chugging right along. I hope you guys are all healthy and well. One of the new developments this week is even the youngest has gotten into cross stitch. And there is going to be a little segment a little later with some special guests when we get to Works in Progress. A little tease for some exciting Flosstube adventures. So before we dive in though to Works in Progress, I want to talk a little bit about just some Q&A from the comments last week. So last week I had asked a couple questions. To be in the giveaway, I'd asked about Mania plans and if you guys maybe wanted to see Mania project video. And it seems like, yes, everybody wants to see all the Flosstubes. So when I'm done filming this, I'm probably going to film 2 Flosstube extras of Mania project kits. And I'll post maybe one this week and one the following week and kind of the lead up to May. But a lot of you guys had Mania plans as well. First, someone had asked, what is Mania? So I'm no expert because I've only been hanging around cross stitch land for a year, but to my understanding, it started in 2015, and there is a Facebook group, and I'll link it below. I think it's Stitch Mania is the name of the Facebook group. And I don't know exactly who all started. I know that Coffee Stitcher did like the very first Mania, and he was the very first one I heard talk about it last year. So that's where I learned about it and then joined the Facebook group. It started 2015 and a bunch of stitchers decided, hey, let's do 15 new starts in May. And it kind of went from there. So then as it went on, you know, people did maybe 16 in 2016, 17, 18. You guys get the gist. But it also kind of just evolved, as these things do, into whatever you want to do that gets you out of your comfort zone. So a lot of people still do a whole bunch of starts. Some people work on all their WIPs. Maybe some people start one a week. And those were some of the things that I heard with Mania plans. So I heard 1 new start a week, which I think if that's like outside your comfort zone, that's awesome. That's actually was my plan last year, was to do 1 new start a week because I was pretty new. So I think last year there were 5, you know, like 5. I started my new starts on Wednesday, and I think there were 5 Wednesdays in May last year. I ended up starting 9 things last May. Because funny, once you start starting, once you start starting, you can't stop starting. So 1 a week is great. I also heard some people were going to do like a magazine mania and do like all small things out of magazines or small ornaments out of magazines, kind of do an ornament mania. Someone said that they were going to do a whole bunch of ornaments, but like all in the same color family. So they would all be kind of coordinating, and that way you wouldn't have to spend a whole ton of money on a bunch of different fabrics and a bunch of different floss if you did a whole bunch of, say, Christmas ornaments or Halloween ornaments, kind of all in the same color scheme. I thought that was genius. WIP mania, a lot of people are going to try to touch all of their WIPs, or if they have like, you know, more than however many days there are in May, spin a wheel and pick a different WIP every day. And some people are doing monogamous mania. I know Carla from Carla Being Crafty is doing a Haid mania. So she's only working on her full coverage pieces. So her big Haids, and I think she has one other full coverage piece. So that is cool too. Like you could, if you're not normally a monogamous stitcher, maybe that's what I should do next year, is you pick one piece and work on it. So really whatever it is for you, that would be a little outside your comfort zone in May. To me, that's what mania is. So someone else said they were doing, her YouTube name was, and that's all she made, said she was doing hashtag mania and beyond and had kitted up like 50 different projects. That's amazing. That's amazing. That'd be more than one a day, but whew, more power to you. See, that is mania and beyond for sure. The other thing we had kind of talked about last week when I was showing Seeking Refuge was the question of, do you stitch bricks or mortar first when doing a house? When Jessie Marie had put the poll on her Instagram stories, it came out, she said overwhelmingly bricks. Y'all are mortar first stitchers. So I kind of got an overwhelming mortar first, which was my inclination. Like I was taught to do lighter colors first. And since the mortar would typically be a lighter color, my thought would be to do the mortar first. And that seemed to be what a lot of you guys were thinking too. So that kind of sealed the deal for me. I'm going to do mortar first. There were lots of good reasons for it. One, so you're not carrying those dark threads. Also, someone had mentioned to me that if you do the darker, like red threads, then when you're pulling through the lighter color, you could sometimes get color transfer off those overdyed red onto your lighter mortar color. That makes sense to me too. So mortar first. We're a mortar first crowd. Okay. You guys want to see some works in progress? All right, we'll do some works in progress. So I'll show my works in progress, and then I'm going to insert a little video with some special guests. Okay, so we'll do my WIPs first, because that's not nearly as exciting. We'll save the exciting stuff for later. Okay, full coverage piece this week was Farewell to Anger. So this was the full coverage piece I was working on in the evenings. It is charted by Heaven Earth Design, and it's just the regular chart. Just the regular old, not mini, not supersized, not max color, just the regular chart. And this is where I got to. I was not very productive in the evenings on this, and I did not get, you can see I did not get that full diagonal done. I might work on it some more this evening before I put it away and get out Harry Potter book covers. I may not. It'll be okay. These diagonals are pretty long, and this one was going to be a push to finish anyway, so I might just be getting to the point that I can't do a full diagonal, but there we go. There's Farewell to Anger. I'll get you up close. So pretty. I do love it. So, and this I am stitching on 25 count, easy grid, easy count, pre-gridded. 25 count pre-gridded Lugana, 1/1 full cross. So that's that one. And I don't know why I was not very effective this week in the evenings. Honestly, the youngest has been on spring break. Although I believe this week they're starting with actual instruction at home. We did get the news last week from our governor that schools here in Washington are not going to resume in-person classes this school year. So online learning, it'll be fine. I think it is a testament to our schools though and teachers that my daughter was kind of bummed about that. I mean, I know a lot of it is seeing friends and it's just not as fun to do classes online, but I also think that's a little bit of a testament to the teachers. So she'll just have to see them virtually now. So, but they've been staying up late. Like last night, it was like midnight and all three girls were still up and we were goofing off. And it's been great having some extra family time. We always used to joke that vacations were sister boot camp because honestly, the girls are so busy normally during the year that they don't spend a lot of time together. I don't know why I'm wearing my reading glasses on my head, but I'm not going to take them off now because then my hair's going to look super wonky. So this quarantine period is definitely extended sister boot camp. And it's really kind of fun to see them together and interacting, but we're going to have to get on some kind of better going to bed schedule here pretty soon. So, all right, so that was the full coverage piece. What else did I work on last week? I did decide to dive back into Enchanted Stitching Challenges. This month's movie in Enchanted Stitching is Cars, which is a total family favorite. My youngest was obsessed with Cars when she was like 4 or 5 years old. We would drive the older two to piano and we would just like sit in the car because it was at the piano teacher's house. So we would literally sit in the car while the older two had piano lessons, and we had a van at the time with a DVD player. She could pick any movie she wanted, always Cars. And then the two older girls would get back in the van after piano lessons and catch like the last 20 minutes. So they joke that they've seen the last 20 minutes of Cars 100 times. So we love that movie. So I did jump back in those and did all the challenges. So let's see. So we'll just go in order. The first task was to stitch in either green, blue, or red for the 3 competitors in the piston cup. And I picked red because Lightning McQueen, and also because I just wanted to work on this chart a little bit more. So I worked on Suffrage Act by Little House Needleworks, and this is for the Stitch Along with Stitching with the Sisterlies. And the hashtag will be below. It's hashtag STWS Suffrage. Sorry, my phone's buzzing because somebody's coming in and out the front door. And I worked on the bricks, and I know we just talked about bricks or mortar first, and here I am stitching bricks first. But I needed to stitch red, so I guess that's another reason. So there we go. So I stitched 300 stitches of red bricks, which is why I still have white thread hanging down because I didn't stitch that in. Get that out of the way. Maybe, but there we go. And this is on a mystery piece of color and cotton fabric that I got out of a grab bag, but it is 32 count and I'm stitching 2/2 with called for colors. So there's some more red bricks. I just really like that piece and it feels like something I should be working on now. So I'll probably keep it out and about in an active WIP for a while. Next, we had to stitch on our youngest piece because Lightning McQueen is the youngest. He's a rookie. He's the youngest. And because I had just started it, I didn't bring that up with me. Hold please, I need to go get another WIP. Okay, I'm back. Clearly missed it. All right, youngest WIP. So we had to work on our youngest WIP, which for me was Seeking Refuge, because I had started it literally the day before. So Seeking Refuge was my youngest WIP, and I think last week when I filmed, I had not started it yet, but I had said I was going to. And I am loving this piece. I'm in love with this piece. Oh, and I have thread hanging. Oh, no, it's just on my needle. Here we go. Here's where I got to. So there is Seeking Refuge. I had worked on it a little bit on Sunday to get it started for high tea. My high tea, I was a few days late. And then got another 250 stitches in it. There we go. And this is on 36 count Stars Hollow. by R&R with called for colors. And I had to like really kind of move stuff over and get a little closer here, because this is the problem with having an M for your initial, is they're always really big and they don't tend to fit in the space allotted. I mean, like, look, Tanya's like initials are small, TB. M is always big. So, but it fit in there. Okay, it just took me a couple minutes to figure out how to fit it in there. And then look, I even started the 1/1. Now, I do have a question for this. On the chart, it says, one strand width is used. It is all 2 threads with the exception of in the ear and the small heart. I haven't done the heart yet, which are over 1 using a tent stitch. So I followed the directions. There's the over 1 and tent stitch. You guys tell me, does that look okay, or should I cross them over? Because I was looking on Instagram at other people who have started this, and it looks like most people are doing 1/1 full cross. I actually think, like, when you look at it, it looks good in the tent stitch, but it's making me self-conscious that a lot of people are doing full cross. So tell me, what do you think I should go back and cross those over? And then I did 22. I'm not committing to this year. I almost did. Because I thought, oh, I love this piece. I will totally stitch on this until it's done this year. And I second guess myself. We'll see. So I did 22. I will finish it this decade. How about that? So that's Seeking Refuge. Love that. So that was my one for youngest WIP. And then we had to do something with a tongue, because Lightning McQueen wins by sticking his tongue out at the finish line. Not wins, but it's, you know, a photo finish with his tongue out. And I decided for that, I've been dying to start, and this was a good excuse. Of course I had other WIPs with a tongue, but so may I have the picture, cover picture. Yeah, I decided it was a really good excuse to start light. And this is a freebie by Barbara Anna. If you go to her Instagram, she has a link tree with this linked, as well as her other Be Well and Stitch pattern key. I'm so sorry. My whole family is banging around downstairs and they keep going in and out the door. So if you hear my phone buzzing and the door slamming, I'm sorry. I don't know what they're doing down there. This is life now with everybody home all the time. So I started this. Michelle Bendy is doing a sal with it. Her and I don't know who else. I'm sorry. Fox in a Dress. That's the hashtag. Fox in a Dress. I am really loving this stitch so far. So here's where I got to. I'm also going to use this for an monthly challenge in Enchanted Stitching. So I did the 250 for the weekly, and then I started on the monthly challenge as well. So this has a little more work on it. So I'm just working my way down the vine and the berries. And this is on a 36 count mystery linen. I think this is a Victorian motto linen that I picked up from Joy Filled Stitcher's Stash, I think. And I'm doing that with Call for DMC. So that's something with the tongue. And then we had to do something we wanted to quit. Now, there's very few things that I actually want to quit. But I decided that for this task, I was going to work on Strawberries and Mint French Kitchen Collection. One, because this is Choose My WIP. I'm doing Choose My WIP in Semi-Sane, and this got chosen for the next round. And also because this is that club kit, and I'm finding with stitch-alongs, like Hello Pumpkin, or even these club kits that came like every few months, when I get behind, it makes me want to not work on them because I'm like, I'm so far behind already. So there we go, because I skipped over Pears and Rosemary completely. I guess I did quit that one because I haven't even started yet. But here is where I got to on Strawberries and Mint. And so I used that for the challenge, and then I kept going because you need a minimum of 500 stitches in a project for Choose My WIP. And so I'm well over 500 now, but I finished off highlighting the mint. I did this little border and started on these hanging strawberry baskets. It's really pretty. And this is, I've talked about it a lot, but this is a club kit from Inspired Needle. It's 4 charts. That's a collaboration between Hands On Design and Summer House Stitchworks. And so it's exclusive to Inspired Needle, but I think you can still order them. They've all been released now, but I think you can still get them. And so that's on all the called for fabric and flosses and everything that came in the club kit. Okay. Worked on a couple other little things. I got in the mail this little bit of Stitchy Kindness from Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. Look how cute. This is one of those like little prairie schooler cards. She had a bunch of them that had been given to her to use as giveaways. And so she offered them up to her, on her Patreon, to her Patreon sponsors. And I am one of her Patreon sponsors. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's a super cool platform. It's a place where you can sponsor makers, creative people on like a monthly ongoing basis. So I do for some podcasts I listen to and other makers, and Michelle has one, and it's very cool. She puts up different blog posts for us. She does vlogs. We get sneak peeks. At a certain level, you get a freebie chart every month, but she offered these up to her Patreon people, and I got to have this one. And she said, oh my gosh, I almost kept that one. And I said, well, you should stitch it first. Like, I'm in no hurry, stitch it first, which she did in then like a day and then sent it to me. No pressure. But one of our other mutual friends said, oh, you snagged that before I did. And I said, well, let's round robin it. So, so Michelle sent that to me along with a fun little note card. Well, she sent a lovely note, just a lovely note to me, but she also sent a note card that said, showed that she stitched it, when she stitched it, her Instagram handle, that then I can just put that in there, put the chart in there and send it off to the next person. Isn't that fun? And stuff like that. She stitched it in a day. I have not. Next person might have to wait a moment. But I just went stash diving to see what I could stitch this on. And I came up with this amazing piece. Look at that. It's more gray and less the green than what it's showing here, but it is like a really dark gray and orange. And this is another piece of color and cotton that came in the little grab bag. And I thought, oh, that'd be perfect. And I pulled a color and cotton floss from the autumn, and it's showing brighter here. It's dark, it's getting dark, and so my ring light is making everything brighter than it really is. But it's like, this came from the autumn, the Harvest Mystery Box from Color and Cotton. So I got started, that's the back, and quickly realized that I have inadvertently started my very first 40 count project. Look how itty bitty those stitches are on dark fabric. It's gonna take me a while. What have I gotten myself into? But look how amazing that looks. Oh, it looks so good. It's gonna be so tiny. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know. Like I told you guys I'm obsessed with drums. I would maybe like to do like, would that even make, it would make a teeny tiny drum. I would like to do it maybe multiple times, but that would take me forever and I want to get to this chart to the next person. But I think, ooh, I could do it like 5 times in a row. This make a little drum. I have to do this in the daylight, let me tell you. But what do you guys think? I'm kind of impressed that I'm doing it. Look, I'm doing it. My first 40, it has to, I haven't measured it, but it has to be. It has to be at least 40. It's tiny, itty bitty. But look how good that fabric and floss look. So good. So fun. I had no reason for starting that. No reason for doing it. I don't care. Whatever. And in more of an homage to Michelle, who gifted me the chart, I'm keeping that in my Love You More studio coat pouch, which normally I actually keep my Kindle in so I can travel with it, but not traveling anywhere these days, so it's turned into a project pouch. I can see why she likes these for project pouches. I might have to get some more. And then the last thing I worked on was Friday. I did start another little freebie Friday distance stitch a la Claire, Beautiful Clarity. And started and finished. I love that you can stitch these up in like a day. Although I didn't work on Farewell to Anger that day because I was working on this all day. That could be yet another reason why I didn't get that far. This week, I decided to do the one from Cottage Garden Samplings. And there's my take on it. And this is on that same 32 count platinum? Yeah, 32 count platinum linen. And I'm kind of keeping, so here's the other, I realized that I got a little close on the edge. But they're just gonna be little pillows, it's gonna be fine. So here's the other two. I've got room for a few more on this. That's fine. So I kind of kept that same, you guys can see I'm keeping the same color scheme. The only one I added in this week, only color I added in this week was DMC 3753, which was actually what was called for the bird. But then I used the darker blue for the other color. And then it didn't call for the bird to be backstitched, but I felt like he needed a little backstitching. And then this is Hickory Sticks, Collards. This is that color and cotton purple that I had used up in this one. The yellow is Finley Gold. This is Blue Coat Red, and that is, look, Country Redwood by Gentle Art. So, which are the same colors I've used in the other pieces. So there we go. So there's my next little Be Well and Stitch for the Be Well bowl. Someone in the comments had mentioned that that's what they're doing for Mania, is a Be Well and Stitch Mania. There are more than enough of those Be Well and Stitch charts that you could absolutely do a Be Well and Stitch Mania. Also genius, because you can totally stash dive all those charts. So that's all my works in progress. However, all the girls are stitching in some form or another now. This is what happens when you reach that level of stay at home with your parents' boredom and you don't get to go anywhere. You have time to stitch. And so, of course, the youngest was the last one. The middle daughter has done some cross stitching in the past year. The oldest has always done some embroidery, which she'll show. The youngest finally broke down and said, I'd maybe like to try a little cross stitching this past week. And so we got her started on a project. She's doing fantastic. She is just motoring along. Except she's trying to steal my stitchy spot. Yesterday, I went to sit down and stitch, and I sat down in my normal spot, and she came over and she's like, you're in my stitchy spot. I said, it's my stitchy spot. She says, but it's the best place to stitch. Yeah, kid, it is. So, but it was great because she sat next to me and we just stitched away. I even put Flosstube on and she watched it sort of while we stitched. So that was great. So then she said, well, can I show my project in your Flosstube? Of course, kid. The other two did not want to be left out. So we have a little special segment here for you. They did not want to hang out with me my entire Flosstube, go figure. So we just recorded a little bit with me and the three girls, and I'm going to put that in right here. Always. Hi, Flosstube! Welcome back. We have a special guest segment. Special guests. All three of them. This is what it's come to in the pandemic. All three of them have been doing some stitching this week. And once one of them wanted to be in the Flosstube, no one wanted to be left out. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves and show you guys what they've been working on. Who wants to go first?
I was asked first.
Oh, I was asked first. And she actually has a finish this week.
Because I'm the best one. I did this one. Do I hold it up?
Yeah, you can go hold it up to the camera if you want. There you go.
I didn't do the words on it because I decided I was done. But this was my first one. I started it in December.
Was it December or last summer?
No, it was December.
Oh,
it was
December.
over Christmas break. And then I didn't do it because I didn't have time. And then I
But
finished
now lots of time. So she finished that one, and immediately, like a true cross stitcher, she started with this Dimensions Learn to Stitch kit, and then immediately wanted to buy 2 more because we all know how that goes.
And I'm doing this one now. It's far larger than my other one.
It is a bit larger.
But the colors, I don't like the ones that are all the same color. I don't think that they're very fun to do. But I like doing the ones with a bunch of colors, and this one was pretty. So I started this one. I have another one that I can start once this is done. But now, I show how far I've gone. Not very far. I've had a lot of other schoolwork and stuff to do.
Yeah,
but so I've only done a little bit, and I have a bunch of other work to do with dance, and I'm busy.
She's probably the busiest out of all of us, but she's doing all of it. This is a full kit, and so she's using the kit fabric. What kind of fabric is it? Looks like a 14 count.
14 count ivory.
Yeah, there you go.
Cream.
And using all the kit
and there's
flosses.
So much floss that there's 2 different little. I don't
need to bobbinate them.
There's 2 little these things. I don't like the bobbins.
No, because this comes all
organized. That's why I like it. I don't have to do any of the work.
Yeah, she likes the kits.
All right, that's all.
Oh,
that's it. So then Becca wanted to start a project, and she's doing one from one of the magazines. So she'll show you which one.
This is what it looks like. It's a whole bunch of succulents.
Why succulents all of a sudden?
Well, Mom just showed me that, and I liked it.
Because she bought some succulents. That seems to be the quarantine activity last week, was redecorating the rooms.
I haven't got very far. I just started yesterday.
She did, but you actually got really far since starting yesterday.
I finished the whole plant part of the first plant.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And this is actually, you guys remember that kit that I won from Steel City Stitchers? This is the 14 count Ada out of that kit because I have already swapped it out for some linen. So that was the perfect piece of fabric, and then it calls for just DMC. So there's the DMC color palette. Oh, and we're losing her needle. But look, it set her up with a needle minder and everything.
Yeah.
They're legit now.
I've had a needle minder.
You have. Yeah.
Thank you.
Who gave you the needle minder though?
You.
Yeah.
I even learned how to bobbinate the floss.
She did, and I have designs to put her to work bobbinating.
Her assistant.
Yes. I'm planning to put her to work bobbinating all of the floss for Anna Forrest Grew. Child labor. That's where it's at. Okay. And did you guys even introduce yourselves? This is Abby. She's the middle. Becca is the youngest, and Sarah's the oldest.
Even though I look like the oldest.
Yeah. They got mistaken for twins a lot when they were little because they're just 15 months apart. So, and then Sarah is not a cross stitcher.
No, but I've done embroidery for about a year now.
Yeah.
And so my mom got me this kit last December, and I hadn't had a chance to work on it.
Well, here, you can show, although you're about done.
This is the finished one, but I'm almost done. I've got this far, so I just need to finish some of the stars up there. Yeah, I got it in December, and I haven't gotten a chance to really work on it.
Because college student.
Yeah, so quarantine activity. I'm finishing it. I only started it like a week ago, though, so.
Yeah, you're moving really fast. And this kit I got her this was from an Etsy shop, cozybluehandmade.com. And I'll link that in the description box. Because it comes as a full kit.
Yeah, I like the full kits. They're pretty nice, because then I don't have
Because then the fabric comes pre-printed.
Yeah, the pre-printed fabric.
But I know that Cozy Blue, they have some patterns too, if you're into embroidery. That you can just print out the pattern and I don't know, do you know how you transfer that onto...
You could probably just use a fabric pen,
Maybe.
But just have some light under it.
Yeah, probably. And the first kit you got came with stitch instructions, right?
Yeah, this one also had stitch instructions.
Oh, it did.
But I disregarded a couple of the instructions and did my own thing.
She's a true stitcher already.
Yeah, so I did read the stitch instructions, but I didn't follow them.
Right, but if you have never done embroidery before, you were able to teach yourself pretty much from
it was pretty easy. I had to look up some YouTube videos just to be how does it actually work?
Can learn anything from YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see the girls. This is what quarantine has come to. You can get your kids to stitch. Finally.
I've been stitching for a while.
Yeah, you have. No, they
I've
have.
been doing
They
embroidery.
have.
It's only Becca who is the one who's aggressive.
was too busy all the time.
That is true. That is true. They make fun of the grandma craft, but they all like the grandma craft when there is nothing else to do. So
Or
I've done embroidery for like a year.
yeah, you have. But the other one you gave her gifts, right? You don't have any of your other finished pieces.
Oh, I have one, but I don't know where I put it. I don't know where it went. I didn't finish it.
Maybe
really.
we'll show that. So let me know if you guys want to see more of the girls and their stitching as they have time to do it. And yeah, this is the rest of the Two Martini Stitcher fans. So
happy stitching.
you guys say bye, Flosstube.
Sign
Bye, Flosstube. Was that fun? I hope you guys enjoyed seeing them. They're kind of a hoot. They'll loosen up. Who knows? They might be back. It might be a recurring segment. We'll have to come up with a segment name for it. Two Martini Daughters Stitch. I don't know. They're a hoot. They're having a good time with it. Abby in particular has become a real cross stitcher. You know that you're a real cross stitcher when you finish one project and then buy 2 more to replace it. Because we know how that math goes, right? All right, so that was works in progress, finishes, special guest appearances. Oh, I did want to say, we showed the magazine. So this is the project that Becca's doing. It is from the Cross Stitcher Summer 2019 Cross Stitcher magazine. So that's what the cover of it looks like, and you can see the project there. I thought that would just be a good one for her to start with. She's gotten very into succulents. She's ordered, she bought some little succulents and has a little garden going in her room. And I thought it would be good because she is starting with the one in the top corner. If she did that one and was like, that's it, I'm out, it wouldn't matter. Like however many of these she does before she decides she's done. I mean, she might do the whole thing and we'll frame it and put it up, but I figured because each of these little ones are a mini finish, it would probably be a good one to start with. So there we go. So that's where you would find that pattern if you loved it, is Summer 2019 Cross Stitcher. And I will link below the Etsy shop where for the embroidery kits that Sarah likes. So what do I have left? Haul. Stuff is still coming in a little bit. So I do have a few things to show. There is more stuff on order. And yeah. So, first, Stitchy Kindness. I had a lovely viewer send these to me and I didn't ask if I could say her name. So, but I did have someone contact me and said, I have some Mill Hill kits I would like to send you if you would like them. Love Mill Hill kits. So she sent me these 3 Christmas ones. Look at this. So she sent me this little Jim Shore Santa. I love this. As soon as my husband saw this, he goes, oh, those are just like the ornaments we have. Because we do have some Jim Shore ornaments from his parents. And then there's a little puppy and a little kitty. So I'm going to start these in July for Jolly July. It would be fun. Like Sarah would love the cat. Becca would like I could do one for each of the girls or just keep them for me. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. They were a really fun surprise to open this week. So I got that. That was Stitchy Kindness. Some not finishing stuff. Remember I said last week I just don't have a good stash of finishing stuff. Abby finished her cross stitch last week and really wanted, once it finished, we talked about how to finish it, and she wants, I think, a little stand-up flat fold. And so I decided I was going to maybe order some fabric. So I got her this yellow. Oh, that looks real bright. It's just, she picked it out. And it'll go great with her little flowers and yellow bird. So I got that to finish hers. And then one of my possible mania starts is a few of the Garden Club series from Blackbird Designs. And I already kind of have a frame with 4 spots in it that I want to put them in, that I found at the thrift store, that's going to work great, but the individual panes are a little big. It almost looks like a 4-quadrant window is what it looks like. But they're bigger than what those are going to finish as, so I'm going to need something to back them. And I know that Blackbird isn't doing fabric anymore. They're not designing, you design fabric anymore. And so all the Blackbird fabric that's out there is all there's going to be. So I decided I would go on the hunt for some Blackbird fabric. And I found some that I thought would go great with the garden series, but of course I couldn't decide, so I got a yard of each. So whatever I end up not using, maybe turned into project bags, or I don't know, but look how pretty are these. I think the line is Summer Wine. Sweet Cherry Wine was this line, but I love it. These are just perfect colors, and I think it's going to look great with the threads in the 4 charts I've picked. So I don't know which one I'll use. Probably this one, honestly. But we'll see. So that is for way down the road. But I know that these fabrics are going to be harder and harder to find. So I thought I'd grab some. And someday I'm going to really get into quilting, and I'm going to be super sad that I can't get any. Yeah, I should just buy it all up now for a craft I don't even do. Sounds reasonable, right? Okay, and then I had 2 orders come in. The first was from Vintage Needle Arts on Etsy. Michelle showed this on a vlog on her Patreon, and I was like, that is gorgeous. I must have it. And she said, oh, I know they still have a few copies, and so I went and grabbed it. Look at that. Lena's Fancy. Look at that huge flower with the deer underneath it. That's amazing. And I love the colors. It's charted in all over dyes, but has a DMC conversion, which honestly, I might do the DMC. I don't know. That's so pretty. I have no idea when I'll stitch this, but it's not very big. 76 by 80. And the model was stitched on a 14 count seafoam that Vintage Needle Arts dyes. So they had a bunch of hand-dyed Ada that looked really pretty. I mean, I'm sure I have something I could put it on, so I didn't buy the Ada, but it's really pretty. It looks like a really pale blue. So I got that one, Lena's Fancy, totally enabled. You know, it happens, right? It happens to everybody. You just see stuff and you have to snap it up. And then I did place an order with 123 Stitch, because Abby wanted to get a couple more kits. So the kit that she showed you came from 123 Stitch, and she had already started it. I also wanted to get another piece of 32 count platinum linen for the Be Well and Stitch freebies, because I have a feeling I'm going to fill that fabric and need some more. And then I do what you do, right? Like, please tell me I'm not the only person who does this. I know I needed some fabric, this fabric. Abby wanted to order a couple kits. I had a birthday gift card. So what do? You hit the wish list and see what's on sale. This is what was on sale on my wish list that I decided I needed to buy. I love a good dimensions kit still too. Welcome to group therapy. Somebody stitched this recently that I saw on Instagram or whatnot, and I thought it was adorable. It's not super big. It comes with like all the stuff. It's a black Ada. Yeah, it's 14 count black Ada. I'll stitch that. No problem. And I think I got this because this is what I'm feeling like all the Zoom meetups are lately. So I did hop on. I didn't get on the Monday night. Did I get on the Monday night one last week? Maybe. I can't remember. Becca, Sambry Stitches, hosts one on Monday nights. Kind of Kitsap Stitchers Plus. Like Kitsap Stitchers plus anybody else who wants to jump on. And then Robin, Lady Robbins, is hosting one on Thursdays. So I for sure jumped on the Thursday one. Monday was like a week ago. Who can remember that anymore? But that's what I feel like it is. That is group therapy for me in this day and age. And I may or may not have a cocktail most nights. So I just thought that was appropriate. Grab that. And then these two were on sale, and I just snapped them up because. I got Hands On Design Winter Solstice. I like these little charts. I have the like Thanksgiving thankful one. Haven't done it, but I know that I have fabric I can stitch that on. And I love the serenity, the one that says serenity, solitude and serenity. I'm feeling very solitude and serenity right now, and I certainly feel that way in December when it's dark at 4 p.m. So I'll probably be stitching that this winter. And then Barbara Anner Autumn Keeper was on sale, and she's been on my wish list forever because look, she's amazing. She's holding a big old key, and there's acorns, and so lots of love. Have to have it. And I love that Barbara Anna designs in all DMC, and look how amazing her designs look in all DMC. It's fantastic. So those came along with my fabric and Abby's kits from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And then do I have anything else in here? Oh yes. My So Much to Love bag of the month came. It is like the highlight of my month, guys. So you always get a lovely, I will link the So Much to Love Etsy shop below because I'm pretty sure that the bag of the month club is full. I don't know for sure, honestly. However, her bags are amazing. You can get her bags on Etsy, and sometimes she has extra Club of the Month bags that get posted on her shop. So go check out her shop, turn on notifications. But Karen always puts a lovely letter in that kind of talks about, you know, what inspired her. And this one, she talked about how a lot has changed and Easter's going to look really different. It was a really lovely note. So with the bag of the month, you get the bag, and then she always includes a few little fun extras. And this month we got this adorable rabbit scissor fob thread keep, and this was made by Retromantic Fripperies. But look, it even has So Much to Love on the back. And that's so cute. Hoppy stitching. That's adorable. I love it. And then she also sent a couple of Victorian Motto threads. And I didn't get Victorian Motto. Like, I'm not on their like thread of the month or anything, but I really like them. They're really pretty. So this is Blue Bonnet and Pink Hyacinth. And they are just spring perfection. I would be using this on the Be Well and Stitch charts for sure if I had had it before. Love that. Some Easter M&Ms. I will be eating later probably. And then this, she always includes a bag of tea, and this month is acai berry. Yum. You guys want to see the bag? It's so good. I kind of squealed when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh. Becca came right now and she's like, what? I'm like, check out this bag. If that is not spring perfection, look at the teal bunnies and the birdhouses, and of course her little heart. This is kind of her signature, the felt heart. And then the inside is a pink gingham. I love it. I don't know what I'm gonna put in it. I had kind of thought that I might start Hare's Hunt today with it being Easter, but now it's late and I just getting ready for Mania. I don't know that I want another start right now. So, but I will definitely find something springy and fun to put in there. So that was the bag of the month from So Much to Love this month. I love it. I love getting those, and I highly recommend her bags. They're so well made and they're always beautiful. So that's it. That is all the haul this week. I do have other stuff coming. So there will still be more. I can't seem to stop buying stuff, although I've slowed down. Like now, a lot of the buying was kitting up Mania, and now that's done. Like that's pretty much done. So now I'm just trying to get stuff finished that I really want to get finished before starting all the things in May. It's gonna be really fun. All right, so giveaway is the last thing I guess we need to do. Gosh, I feel like this has gone pretty quick. It's been a pretty fast one, right? Maybe not once I cut in our little special guest appearance. So last week, I I had said with the inspiration of Beth's Twists daily local needle workshop posts, that this week last week for the giveaway, I would be giving away a $10 gift certificate to the winner's local needle workshop. And if they didn't have one or didn't have anyone in particular they wanted to support, then we would just pick whoever Beth Twist had posted that day. So I ran the little random number YouTube comment picker, and I'd asked you to just tell me about Mania, what your plans were. If you didn't have plans, if you thought Mania was crazy. There were a lot of you who thought it was insane. I agree. I think it's insane, but I'm gonna do it. I figure I'm gonna do it. I think I'm either gonna love it or hate it. I gotta try once, right? Anyway, so I plugged all that in, and the winner was Tattletales and Pop-Tarts. Can you see that? Is that focusing? And Tattletales and Pop-Tarts said, I just started stitching in January and I'm already doing Mania this year. Eek. I love it. Jump in, man. Jump in the deep end with us. And I noticed when I click through, because when you do this, you can click through to their profile. They're a new Flosstuber. They had just posted Flosstube #1, Tattletales and Pop-Tarts. It's in my queue to watch. Maybe this evening. So, new Flosstube winner, yay! And I am really hoping in your first Flosstube you explain the Tattletales and Pop-Tarts name, because there's got to be a story there and I want to hear it. So, contact me. My info's below. Shoot me an email or an Instagram message and we will figure out local needle workshop. This week for giveaway, I am giving away, I had told you guys last week that I showed you my order from Shakespeare's Peddler from Teresa Kitten Stitcher, and that she'd sent me the incorrect trim and was fantastic about just keep that one, I'll send you the right one, which she did. And when she did, she also sent me a duplicate of the freebie chart that she's been sending out. So I'm going to give that away since I have it twice. And it is a cute, and I figure I can give this away because she folded it. So it's already folded. So I'm just going to fold it and put it into an envelope and stick a stamp on it. So if you don't want a folded chart in an envelope with a stamp, then this is not the giveaway for you. But this is a really cute little small folk sampler for Marjorie Massey. I'm going to show you way back here, but it is a freebie. So there we go. I think it would be great to do on a band. It is a really cute little sampler. It's shown here in red. Everybody needs a red sampler going, right? This is what I hear. So if you would like this little small folk sampler by Marjorie Massey, here's what I want you to do. Just tell me one, I'm curious as to what are your favorite places to order online, whether it's your local needle workshop or calling your local needle workshop, or who are you supporting, because I do want to spread the love around and maybe there's great needle workshops that I'm missing. So one, tell me that. But if you want to win this chart, one, be 18, so you can give me your address. Do not say giveaway. I will delete your comment if you say giveaway, but you guys are really good about that. I don't really have that problem, but better say it. And just tell me, I want to stitch the sampler. I want to stitch the sampler, and I will put you in the running for this cute little freebie from Marjorie Massey. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. I am going to film, I heard ya. Everybody wants to see all the Mania stuff. I do too. Oh my gosh, I'm living for like the Mania stash dives, the Mania prep floss tube. So I am going to film I'm going to show you all the projects I kitted for Mania. And I will probably do it as 2 separate videos, because here's my plan. I guess I should tell you my Mania plans. My plan is 21 new starts. So there are 21 weekdays in May. So each weekday, I'm going to start a new project. So that's 21. And then on the weekends, I have 4 projects that I started last May that I will work on the weekends, as well as working on like all the things that I normally try to get done, like my yearbook, my little Lizzie Kate yearbook, the Tingles block, those kind of things that I try to get done every month, I'll work on the weekends. So that's my plan. And kidding everything up, I have 10 for sure Mania starts. So those are going to go on one wheel, and those 10 will get started for sure in Mania. So I'm going to do one video showing you those 10. And then for the balance, for the other 11, I have 23 possible starts for those 11 slots. So I kitted another 23 projects. And then I'll just have stuff ready to go afterwards, the ones that don't get chosen. So I'm going to do one video that shows the 10 for sure, because 33 seems like a lot to do in one go. So I'll do one video that is the 10 for sure starts, and I'll show you all the fabric and floss and everything I picked for it. And then I'll do another video that is the other 23. That might be a little long. And I'll release those, I don't know, I'll probably do one next week and one the following week. How's that sound? So look for those. And in the meantime, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that you are all healthy and staying home and staying safe. And if you have to be out because you're an essential worker, I hope that you are staying safe and well there. And we thank you. The rest of us thank you. So hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you back next weekend. And in the meantime, cheers.